So this is the iSpring GA1-BN reverse osmosis drinking faucet. Hey guys, my name is Ben. Thanks for stopping by, and we're just going to go through the process of installing this faucet, and every application may vary just a little bit, but I'll try to tell you as much as I can. Currently this thing is just sitting here, but that's kind of the look of it. I will leave a link in the description for the product on Amazon. These things run about 35 bucks, and I can tell you right now that the feel in the hand is pretty terrific. Just as far as the weight of this faucet, it has got some good heft to it, which is always encouraging, and the style of faucet is quite nice, but obviously that is subjective. So what comes with it, mine came with my reverse osmosis system, but you have this plate here which allows it to fit over a standard hole, otherwise this is a little bit too narrow, along with a gasket that goes underneath, and the nut that tightens up to hold the faucet in place. These pieces here are ones that I provided. Here is the stiffener for the tubing that you're going to be using with it, as well as the compression fitting there, and then here's the nut itself that tightens up onto the bottom of the faucet. So we'll go through the process here and get going. Now you'll need some 1/4 inch OD tubing to be able to attach to the bottom of the faucet, and then you're going to go ahead and get your fittings ready to connect to the bottom. What we've got here is the stiffener, like I was mentioning a minute ago. It's just a little piece that goes inside here that helps prevent the tube from crushing too much when you tighten down the compression fitting. And then this little guy slides on there, which is what compresses down onto the pipe, and then your compression fitting itself. Now we're going to go ahead and just put this on here right now. Actually, no, we're not. If this is how it will go on here once we do put it on. And it looks like it seats a little ways in there, and then you push that up against there, and you can tighten this on. Now, before we can put this on here, we have to drop it in the hole and attach the faucet into place. So we'll do that next. So go ahead and slide the base plate on here, and then we can set the faucet down onto the countertop. Now we're going to go underneath. Next we're going to slide this gasket up underneath the sink, and then we'll put the nut on and tighten it in place, making sure that our faucet is in the right spot. We'll probably get this snug and then come up here and make sure it's positioned the way we want it to be, and then tighten it up by hand the rest of the way. We shouldn't need to use any wrenches to tighten this up because it is a pretty small faucet. So here's what it looks like threaded on there. We're going to go back up top, make sure it's in the right position, and go from there. It did turn a little bit as I was working on it down below, and I believe that I can actually tighten it a little bit more up here by rotating this. I'm not sure if I can go a full another turn though, so I might have to tighten it down from down below still some more. Here's the wrench that I'll use to tighten the nut from below. You can reach up and get this around it, and then turn it to the right, and you have this nice long handle that you can still turn it from below. I'll leave a link in the description to a similar one. So we've got our hose prepared here, and we're going to go ahead and thread that up onto the RO faucet. Get it started by hand. Making sure that this pipe is pushed all the way in. Feels good. And then we'll take that wrench I just showed you and put it on the nut. I'll see if I can get a shot for you. Alright, there it is. So I have to push a little bit, but it might not work for this. Oh, there we go. Yep, there it gripped. So it's just a little bit finicky. This doesn't have to be super tight anyway, but there we go. So let's get a little bit snug, but it doesn't take a lot. Pretty small water line here. Alright, so now that the hard part is done, we're going to use a reducer to reduce from the RO water line that we have brought up here, which is a 3/8 OD line, using one of these push connectors, and that's going to reduce it down to the 1/4 inch outside diameter line up above. So these are real simple to install, pretty obvious. Just give it a push and make sure that it's fully seated. Now I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off using my utility knife to go between the connector, and I have a little shutoff valve here that we're going to install. It's a 1/4 inch OD push-on shutoff valve. Here's our little valve, and we'll go ahead and push our little piece in here. And you can release these fittings as well by simply pushing in right here and then pulling it off. Alright, and then I went ahead and pushed these connectors together, and now we're ready to test it out. I don't have my RO system installed all the way yet, so I'm going to have to save that for another day. But that kind of gives you an idea of what an installation process looks like, and depending on what type of fittings and if you're replacing an existing one or not, your situation may be slightly different. So hopefully this helped you out and gave you kind of an idea of what the process can look like. And yeah, give us a thumbs up if you can. I appreciate it a lot. And we'll talk to you again, hopefully, soon.